So guys, we have some pretty interesting news here. I don't know what the heck Microsoft was talking about here. I don't know, maybe they know something we don't know. But the last time I checked, the NES Classic Edition was never confirmed by Nintendo. I mean, that was purely rumors from fans. And there was a couple of comments from Nintendo that could have suggested that was going to happen. But still, nothing's ever been confirmed here. So, I mean, Microsoft is being kind of savage here. I mean, recently there was a survey on the Xbox. Is this Xbox One? This could just be Microsoft. It's something Microsoft. I don't know exactly what it is. So I haven't seen the survey yet. Comment down below if you've seen this survey here. But on the survey, they're talking about interest in terms of future projects coming to Microsoft platforms, as well as other platforms too. You have the Xbox Project Scorpio. That's obviously the focus here. PS4 Pro, okay. Nintendo NES, that's my bad. Nintendo SNES Classic Edition. That's interesting. That's very interesting because obviously that game and that console has never been confirmed yet. So how exactly and why exactly are they referring to a console that's never been confirmed? I mean, it's pretty obvious that we think it's coming, they think it's coming, but still, the fact a major corporation in the gaming space is just saying something like this that's never been confirmed, I mean, that's pretty ballsy from Microsoft. So yeah, that's pretty ballsy. Nintendo Switch, a 5-star rating like that. And then upcoming game releases, also 5-star. I mean, obviously games sell consoles, so I would assume you would be pretty excited for games if you were planning on buying a console. So yeah, guys, Nintendo SNES Classic Edition. I mean, this is not breaking news or anything, but I just find it quite amusing that Microsoft is talking about a console that has never even been confirmed yet, and I just find that very amusing. I mean, there's nothing much here to say other than that. But if you do want to talk about the SNES Classic Edition for 1 minute, I could briefly tell you what I know and tell you what I think about it. The SNES Classic Edition is indeed the sequel to the NES Classic Edition. Nintendo did not expect the NES Classic Edition to be such a big success as it was. I mean, they were selling millions and millions and millions, and the demand and the supply were simply imbalance, and the supply ran out. And the thing is, Nintendo only intended for this to be a limited supply run, you know? They just didn't have the raw materials necessary to make this a long-term thing. Another issue with this thing is also Nintendo Switch was launching a couple months in the future. I do believe Nintendo has a limited production capacity, so Nintendo had to make sure that they had the supply ready for the Nintendo Switch, which is the more important console. The console is supposed to last them the next half to full decade, so they had to cancel the project. Although to the dismay of other fanboys, I understand that, but at the same time, I don't want the Nintendo Switch to be sold out for 6 months to a year. It's already been sold out for about 3 months. If you look at Nintendo Wii, this is exactly what happened with that. I do believe that was predetermined. I do believe they thought after a successful N64, SNES, I know that the GameCube wasn't that great, but Nintendo was still pretty high up on there in terms of success rate. So I do believe they thought they would be a success with the Wii. So I did, limited the supply of it. In this situation, I don't believe it's the same situation. Obviously, the Wii U was a complete failure. I do believe Nintendo actually wanted to produce more, but I think even they didn't believe how much of the supply, how much demand was going to be needed for this thing, So yeah, I think Nintendo's made a very similar mistake, but I don't believe that it was as big of a deal as the last time. But back to the topic here. I got off topic. I do believe Nintendo was trying to right the wrongs here of the NES Classic with the SNES Classic. Also, the success of the NES Classic is also definitely persuading them to do that as well. So those are the two big reasons I see them doing this project. And I wish them success. Please, I mean, Nintendo's always has an issue with supply issues. I mean, supplies have always been an issue. I really hope in this situation they can, figure out a solution to these supply issues. I know Apple also wants the same materials as Nintendo, so it's kind of bad. I'm regarding to the Nintendo Switch. I heard that the Apple iPhone 8, iPhone 7s, and the Switch are using similar materials. But they both need NVIDIA for some purpose. NVIDIA's helping both companies out, so that's not good, man. It's not good. Hopefully Nintendo can get out of this. But overall, back to the core of this topic here. Overall, I just did this because I found it very amusing that a survey has that information on it. So overall, I really hope you enjoyed that video. Thank you, and bye.